Let's have a cozy adventure and engage in anti-authoritarian praxis at the same time. Snufkin Melody of Moomin Valley is a cozy adventure game developed by Norwegian game dev Hyper Games. It's based on the popular Moomin series of books, shorter books, and much shorter books with pictures created by Finnish writer, illustrator, and anti-fascist Tove Jansson. Thank you to Hyper Games for the review code. Snufkin Melody of Moomin Valley stars the character Snufkin from the Moomin books. He's kind of a traveling musician who loves nature. He's best friends with series' main character, Moomin Troll. The story begins with Snufkin saying goodbye to Moomin Troll as winter is here and the trolls need to sleep until spring. We're 1 minute in, and I already have the sniffles. Snufkin leaves Moomin Valley for the winter and returns when the snow starts to melt in the spring. When he returns, he meets a small, furry creature who really wants a name. After all, having a name is all the rage. Just check out SCP-4000. Snufkin ventures through the woods, interacting with objects, moving rocks to climb obstacles, running through the bushes to level up his harmonica, and he helps those who are in need. He helps a poor, scared beastie named Sniff get past a scary spider. His harmonica is a great tool used to interact with those around him. It scares away insects, enchants birds to have them dive bomb targets, and convinces sheep to help him climb higher obstacles that standard rocks are too small to do on their own. While traveling through the valley to reunite with Moomin Troll, you'll find a bunch of signs erected with strict rules on them. Snufkin notes that these weren't here when he left and laments how these signs and rules are an affront to nature. He then meets the people who have erected the signs. It turns out that some utter jerks have arrived in the valley and have enacted a whole new set of rules. No drinking tea, no eating apples, no having fun. These villains are literally cops. Turns out that the park ranger and his fellow villains want to turn the valley into a park where everyone follows the rules and nature is only a second thought. After Snufkin helps some ducklings return to their worried mother, our boy small creature finally gets his name, Titi Woo. Titi because it's the happy sound that the mother duck made, and Woo because it's sad. He's very happy with his new balanced name, and he runs off to register it with the post office so he can receive his very own bills. After saying farewell to your newly named friend, you go on a sneaking mission to pull up signs and knock over statues of the park ranger inside a fenced-off and locked-up part of the valley. This section isn't very difficult, and it does a pretty good job of showing off the game's simple but fun and rewarding gameplay. It's a cozy stealth section. Snufkin finishes up engaging in direct action and heads onward towards his goal. This is a good time to talk about the game's music. Snufkin's soundtrack is the perfect ambient accompaniment for wandering through the forest. It's composed by Oda Tilsit in collaboration with Sigur Rós, nice, on a couple of tracks. The tracks are gentle, uplifting, and quite frankly, beautiful. I could fall asleep listening to this OST. And I mean that in the good way, not that it's boring. After pushing a bit further into the forest, we finally arrive in Moomin Valley. All of the Moomins have awakened from their long winter slumber and are ready to drop some red-hot direct action right in the laps of the pigs. While wandering around the game, you'll pick up a host of quests. Most of these involve lending a helping hand to the forest animals. Here in Moomin Valley, this gameplay system really opens up. There is a lot to explore in the valley and loads of quests to do. You even get a map of the valley. After talking to Moomin Troll's Moomin parental units, you head off to the bridge to find that he is missing, and the river has seemingly dried up. The little scallywag, Little Mai, says that she knows where Moomin Troll has gone. Turns out the Groke has kidnapped him. Uh-oh, best get out of there and rescue him ASAP. You find some more cops standing around and doing nothing. You ask them for help, and they tell you to fuck off. A cab. And then after pressing forward, you're chased by the Groke. Mate, Snufkin is not having a great day over here. And then he's rescued by a cute little hedgehog. Oh, how nice. It turns out that Moomin Troll and the Groke both approached the cops to figure out what was happening to the forest, but the cops told them to fuck off. 1312. Snufkin then finds more cops standing around, flapping their gums while burning a fire. He then tells them to put out the flames as the forest is far too dry to be setting fires right now. The blaze then gets out of control and the boys in blue run off to file some forms while the forest just burns down. Thankfully, the Groke arrives to help in a fun little sequence. She follows you around while putting out the inferno. The forest animals are happy that things have calmed down. They befriend the Groke, yay, and give you a flute, double yay. This is your second musical instrument and can be used to calm down bees and put some other creatures to sleep. Definitely going to come in handy. Your next step is to head to the Hattifattener's Island. When arriving at the beach, you lament that Moomin Papa's boat is long gone, but our girl Tootiki promises to build a boat after gathering some needed materials, so we're off to find some mats. I just want to take a minute to say that exploring the valley is great fun. From here, the game's almost like a Metroidvania. You have a lot of places that you can visit in or out of order. As you gain new instruments and level them up, more places to explore open up. Let me tell you, I never expected to play a Moomin Proto-Metroidvania ever. Moomtroidvania. Sorry. I found an invisible girl who had her clothes stolen. New quest. I found Sniff who needed my help rescuing his little buddy Cedric. New quest. These are actually fun quests, and you know what my thoughts on quests are. These ones are interesting and fun little quests. Sometimes while running around, you will find these little vistas that you can just look at and enjoy. That's the reward. Just kick back and enjoy a bit of peaceful reflection. Let me tell you, after some of the games I've recently played, a bit of peaceful reflection is just what I need. I'm looking at you, Samurai Showdown RPG. After exploring for a while, you'll find the right mats for Tootiki to make your custom raft. While sailing to the Hattifattener's Island, you find that Little Mai has stowed away and that the distraction is enough to crash on the island. Hijinks! You meet some pirates looking for treasure, but you heed them no mind as you're just after some sails so you can repair Moomin Papa's boat and GTFO. You speak to the Hemulin plant collector, destroy another park, save the Hattifatteners, and get the drum, another instrument for clearing paths. When you're done with this little diversion, you see the nefarious park ranger and the police sailing away with Moomin Troll in a cage. I can't even believe how on point this game is. Little Mai shows up and you both agree to get the sail from the pirate ship and chase after the villains. After you get the boat, you return to the main part of the valley, and with the drum, just about everything is opened up for you. You have an absolute glut of quests that you can start and finish. Find the invisible girl's clothes, herd some bees, scare away some ants, or are those termites? I don't know, and just all kinds of stuff to do. Just all kinds of stuff. You'll eventually bump into the perpetually cranky muskrat. He'll ask you to bring him some foodstuffs that he can cook up in his pot. Every time you find the right food items and have a meal with him, your stamina bar will increase. Very nice. While questing around, you will encounter the park ranger at his mansion, because, of course, this guy has a mansion. Moomin Troll is on display in a cage because, of course, he's still locked up. The cops mock you and Moomin Troll, but Moomin Papa has a plan. His plan is to get the band back together and put on a play to distract the park ranger and the cops so that we can infiltrate the mansion. And trust me, there's nothing that cops hate more than good music. Pantera listening motherfucker. So Moomin Papa's plan is a success, and everyone stops by the theater to watch the musical, The Melody of Moomin Valley. That's where the game gets its name. While the cops are being distracted, Snufkin sneaks into the mansion, steals the key, frees Moomin Troll, and advances towards the last stealth section of the game. But while infiltrating the premises, Snufkin falls down and hurts his leg. He pleads with Moomin Troll to go on without him, but our rescued troll buddy won't leave his friend behind. Moomin Troll piggybacks Snufkin and you sneak, stealth, and slink your way through the last area of the game. An area that is teeming with cops, absolutely drowning in pigs. As you dash through the shadows, you can use the occasional lightning strike to disrupt the cops. This is definitely the hardest part of the game, and I had to do it a number of times, but I'm not playing the game for challenge, and after a couple of attempts, I make it to the dam that's blocking the river. While Snufkin and Moomin Troll release the damned water, we cut to the park ranger watching the musical. He has a brief moment of panic, crisis, and revelation as the music stirs emotions inside of him, and he realizes that Moomin Valley is beautiful. He realizes cages, rules, and ecological destruction are fucking bad news. As his mansion is destroyed, he apologizes profusely to the creatures of the forest. He's seen the error of his ways and explains to them that his actions were foolish. He truly thought that he was making the valley a more beautiful place, but it was beautiful as it was. Moomin Troll suggests that the park rangers stay to live in the valley, and he accepts the offer, discarding his title of Park Ranger and adopting the title of Keeper of the Theater. The screen fades out, and then back into Snufkin and Moomin Troll spending time at their little bridge. Snufkin Melody of Moomin Valley is a beautiful looking and sounding game. The gameplay is not incredibly complex, and you could say quote unquote it's for kids, but there is enough here for kids of all ages. The story's pro-nature and anti-authoritarian themes are truly engaging, and the lessons the game teaches you are right for all ages. The world of the Moomins has always been something wonderful to me, and I feel that this game really understands Tove Jansson's art. I want to again thank Hyper Games for the review code, Tove Jansson RIP. Thank you for creating this wonderful world. For RPG Fortress, I'm Richard, see you next time, and don't forget to hug a cat. Goodbye.